Black Captain America, huh?
Damn right. We built this country. Bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. Not after what everybody before me went through.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. How are you all doing out there? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Just My Opinion Reviews for this Movie News Roundup show. I really do appreciate it. Before we get started, I just want you guys to let me know how I'm looking, how I'm sounding, and all of that good stuff. Let me know if we have a nice, great, crisp connection. But yes, guys, I am coming to you live today a little bit earlier than usual. I've been doing these, of course, every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. But today is a special day. We got the Cowboys playing tonight against the San Francisco 49ers for the playoffs, and your boy will be checking that out. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they was like, "Are you a diehard Cowboys fan?" and yada yada. And I was like, "Well, I used to be. But the past few years, I've kind of slipped away from the NFL. But I still do love my Cowboys ever since I was a child, and they're doing well right now. And so hopefully we can get another W. And of course, I know you guys don't want to see me later on when they're playing. So I was like, I need to move up my live just a couple of hours early, and I will make sure that we are out of here in plenty of time to check out that game if you guys are interested in that. But again, I want to thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you had a great day today. Hopefully you have, still today, it's a little earlier. It's in the afternoon. If you go to church, hopefully you had a great church service, whether you're watching at home streaming or you went to the facility. Hope you got your grocery shopping done, your food cooked up and prepped. Hopefully got all your clothes washed and folded away. Hopefully your house is clean and you are relaxed right now with your feet kicked up to enjoy this movie news roundup show, to enjoy the Dallas Cowboys getting a W, and to enjoy the season 1 episode 2 adaptation of The Last of Us that's going to be popping tonight as well on HBO Max. It is so much entertainment, I cannot handle it. You know what I'm saying? Also, guys, if you're in the anime, I've been watching One Punch Man. I'm on season 2. I was talking to OneTakeBigDog this morning. I was like, hey, man, I'm finna start season 2. I'm trying to see Garo or Garu or whatever his name is, because he be kicking ass and all this on social medias and stuff. And so I'm liking that as well. But yeah, man, let's have a great show. But before we kick things off, let me just start shouting you lovely, lovely people out. And again, I see that we have 40 people watching. How many we got? Let me hit the refresh button. Refresh. And I'm excited about the topics that we're going to be talking about today. So we got 38 people, 40 people watching, 27 thumbs up. Can we get 40 thumbs up? But first in the building, we have God's Child. Hello, everyone. Hello, God's Child. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Also have Eric Shaw. What's up? How you doing, Eric? Thank you for being here. Callo Zane in the building. Hello, hello. Profess the Film Fan. What's good? What's good? Mama Avery in the building. Hey, Mom. How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also have Travis Luley in the building. What up, what up, what up? Kenny Pierce, B got his wig slid back. Looking fresh. Thank you very much, Kenny. I do appreciate it. I was kind of feeling myself from Friday, to be honest with you. Somebody called me out for that. Claudia Alexander, sounds great. Thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback. Also have Black Cover Boy. Can't wait for that Michael Jackson biopic. Ooh, I'm nervous, but we're going to talk about it. Been hoping for a thorough biopic done on his life since he passed. Yeah, they cannot mess this up. They can't. I'm y'all are going to hear my commentary, but yes, thank you so much, Black Cover Boy. I do appreciate it. Let's see. On my square in the building, my Giants lost a football over for me. I'm so sorry on my square. I'm so sorry. But maybe better luck next year. And thank you so much for being here. I'm not trying to be funny or rude either, but, better luck next year. Let's see here. Shani D in the building. Hey, everyone. AB. Hey, Shani D. How you doing, ma'am? Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Superhero, what's going on? BKA 2023 is an MCU DCU barrage of cinema. What a time to be alive. Also, is Babylon worth watching? Yes, it is a time to be alive. And I don't know if Babylon is worth watching. I haven't seen it yet, but I do plan on watching it. But I heard it is crazy, bonkers. So I think, Elliot has a review on his channel, I believe. So he may be able to help with that. But thank you for being here, Superhero. I appreciate it. Jonya Network, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Mara Sharice in the building, OG moderator. Thank you, Mara, for being here. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. And matter of fact, let me do this right here. Dun, 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 dun. Where's the search button? Okay, that done changed. Okay. Why don't I know how to spell that? Wait a minute. You know what? I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna do that next time. One second. Had to sneeze. Sorry about that. But thank you, Mar, for being here. I do appreciate it. And y'all hit that like button, or thumbs up button. And what's up, Marco Marbella? How you doing? So we got 52 people watching right now. It's about 11 minutes in, and this game is going to pop off in about 2 hours, and I want to make sure that I get you guys out of here. And so let's go ahead and get this party started. Players for Keeps 20, just my opinion. I seen the movie Plane, and it was fire, triple fire. Yes, it was. If y'all haven't seen Plane, y'all need to go check that out. Yeah, I got my review for it too. It's on my channel. So go check that out right there. It is a great movie. It is my favorite movie of 2023 so far. Even though it's still January, it's a fantastic film with Mike Coulter and also Gerard Butler. Also, guys, you can check out my house party review that is on my channel right now. That's doing fairly well. I've made a little bit of change on this, on 45,000 views so far. So check that out. I would appreciate it. Also, me and Tyra, if the picture will come up, we did the rewatch of House Party 1, if you want to check that out. And again, I was also able to speak with the cast. This is your first time joining me, you can check out these little interviews as well that I did. And also, if you want to check out my top 10 most anticipated of 2023, I'll at least be pubbing this until February, since we're still at the beginning of the year. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Movie News Roundup show. Number 92, guys, we are 8 away from 100. I'm going to have to do something special, you know what I'm saying? But I'm coming to you live right now on YouTube at youtube.com/justmyopinionreviews. Also, twitch.com/justmyopinionreviews. Also, I don't have my Facebook back yet, but I'm still working on it. Your boy is not giving up. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, you can. My handle is on the screen right there, Just My Opinion 84. Go ahead and do me a favor, hit a 1 in the chat. If you're following me on Instagram, put a 1 in the chat if you're following me on Instagram. If you would like an audio-only version of this podcast, you can check that out right there on all these platforms that you see on the screen. Also have the link to that in the description box of this video with buzzsprout.com. And I am on all of these platforms right here. We got the Apple Podcasts. We got the Spotify, Google Podcasts, Over Podcasts, Podcast Index, all of the podcasts, you know what I'm saying? All of them. And so follow me there. And also, guys, I'm also on SoundCloud as well. And so check me out. Check your boy out. I really, really appreciate it. Why is this looking like that? It's not looking the way it's supposed to, but let me click profile. There we go. I'm also on SoundCloud as well. And so, go ahead and download all that good stuff. Help your boy out. And also, what am I trying to say? I slipped my mind. Oh, yes. Follow me on SoundCloud as well and also Instagram. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have no idea if anybody is going to pop in today because I did change the time and didn't let anybody know. I just sent out the email. But just in case, Ron Burgundy, I need your help.
If I'm going to do this, I'll need my news team at my side. News team, assemble! News team, assemble!
Ron Burgundy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, Ron. I really do appreciate it. And to all of my moderators out there, my lovely, lovely moderators out there, please, please, please. Protect the chat as best as you possibly can. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. But guys, let's go ahead and move on to topic number 1 before we kick off this Cowboys game. And again, you cannot doubt James Cameron. Now, I will go ahead and admit that my overestimation of what this second film in this Avatar sequel that he just came out with, December 16th last year, 2022. And it took us 13 years, and there was so much speculation online about how much this movie was going to make. I was for darn sure that it was going to make as much as the first one, which is clocking in right now at $2.9 billion worldwide. I think I was like, no, it's going to hit $3 billion. It might even hit $3.5 billion. Me and Elliot have been having a very healthy, friendly, going back and forth like, nah, it ain't going to make this much. It's going to make this much. But it did. It's not a $3 billion yet, and it may not make that. But that's okay. That is okay. It does not need to make $3 billion to be successful. It is already successful, and it was a long time ago, and it is even more successful now with this next milestone and this box office run. Avatar: The Way of Water, for topic number 1, coming from Deadline, has swam past the $2 billion mark worldwide at the worldwide international box office. My goodness gracious, $2 billion, and it is continuing to make more. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I mean, how much do you think it is going to make? And again, if you're watching this via live or in the replay, there is a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
All right. Well, guys, y'all know what that means right there. I'm very, very excited to bring this guest on. It has been a minute since they came through, but I get so super duper excited every time they do pop into the show. Coming into the stage.
I lived my entire life waiting for this moment. Indingo Indidaka! Unyanaka Njobu! I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. Nah, I'm your king. Come on.
Yes, it is that man right there, Larry, with today, I feel like, aka Killmonger, the rightful ruler of Wakanda. Sir, how are you doing today? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing? You know, I was sitting around chilling, and all of a sudden I got this knock on my door, and Ron Burgundy was like, "Bro, what are you doing?"
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
He was like, "Did you not hear the call?" I was like, "Oh, let me hop on, man. Let me hop on."
I love it, man. I love it. Ron Burgundy is always coming through in the clutch when you need him. You can always count on him. But guys, if you didn't know, this is the living legend, Larry. My guy, thank you so much for being here, man. I really do appreciate it.
Oh man, no problem, man. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir. And everything good with you in this new year so far?
Yeah, man, you know, we're hanging, just hanging, trying to make this YouTube thing happen. You know, sometimes it's easier than others, but you know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, again, guys, if you love what this gentleman has to say, of course, his information is in the description box of this video, as well as on my channel tab. And so make sure you subscribe to him. There he is right there. Let's help this man get to 60K subs. But Larry, have you had a chance to check out Avatar yet? And what do you think about this box office?
I have not. I finally convinced myself that I'm probably going to go back to a movie theater sometime soon. And I don't know if Avatar will still be there when I get there, but I'll probably go. I'll probably see it at some point. But I will say I am happy that it made $2 billion, because at least now it's broken even. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
So at least it broke even, and anything from here is just profit. But I'll tell you, I mean, I'm not the big Avatar fan that some people are. Like, I watched the first one, I was like, like, it was cool. It didn't really do much for me like it did for a lot of other people. But at $2 billion, I have to imagine there's a large appetite for it out there. And so maybe all these other movies, he's talking about, he has 9 other scripts ready to go for it.
Yeah.
Maybe they can keep making that money. Somehow I seriously doubt, though, there's an appetite for this level every couple of years. Like, unless he's going to wait 8, 9, 10 years between every installment, I just can't see them funding $2 billion every movie. That's a lot.
No, they're not gonna be doing that. I mean, this one right now is in theaters, of course, but they've already filmed part 3. I think they had like 95% of it, so they're making tons and tons of money right now, which is great. And I think the budget for this one, or both films, it's not entirely clear, was like 465 million. Now that is a lot, but for 2 films, that's not. So I think they're
2 films.
Yeah, I think they're well. I mean, there was some doubts at first, but I think they have a proven concept. But let me go ahead and get into this article. It's now official, and this is coming from Deadline. James Cameron's Avatar: The Way of Water has become the 6th movie ever to cross the 2 billion mark worldwide. It is also the filmmaker's 3rd to hit this milestone, along with Titanic and the original Avatar. The mega achievement was perceived ahead of the weekend, with the global gross on the 20th Century Studios / Disney sequel now at $2.024 billion throughout Sunday. That includes $1.246 billion from titles overseas. This means that the Offshore Way of Water has become the number 4 title of all time, jumping past Avengers Infinity War and only behind Avatar, Avengers Endgame, and Titanic. This gives Cameron bragging rights to 3 of the top 4 movies ever at the international box office. And that's wonderful. Now, if we go over to the number, let me check out because Box Office Mojo been tripping today. I don't know if it's been updated.
You know what makes me wonder when I see someone like Cameron that's as successful as he is with making movies, marketing movies. Why in the hell hasn't why hasn't somebody just said, you know what? We want him to run our studio. Like, offer him so much money that he can't say no. And tell him you can still green light and make your avatars, but if we want you to bring all that magic to our entire studio. It just seems like it would happen. You're muted, B.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I see what you're saying. He would do a hell of a great job at it, but he just been so knee deep, my shoulders deep in Avatar, that I don't even think he would accept that. And he can he's kind of, in a way, he's doing that now with Disney. Like, they're not going to tell him no. Like when he turned in the script, I think they said they had like a few pages of notes for part 2, and then like part 3, they had like a page of notes, and then when he turned in the script for part 4 or part 5, I can't remember exactly which one, the only notes was holy fuck. Where's the notes? And that was like, those are the notes. Like, keep doing what you're doing. He may.
When you're making billions, I think they just ought to let you just do what you do.
Right.
Trust the process.
Right. That is true. I'm trying to let me pull up this all time right now.
I haven't figured out why they haven't done this with that when they started doing this movie is that you have this huge thing with Avatar, this huge, sort of underwater world, and people are loving it. It's just, why they have the whole Disney cruise line, they have like the whole private Disney island that they do. Why have they not made like a real world Naboo? Like, why have they not done that where you could take a cruise and go there and actually see it? And you have Disney characters, you have Disney cast members walking around like the Avatar characters, whatever they're called, Nabooians or something. I don't know. What do they call those people?
The Na'vi.
The Na'vi. What? Like, that seems like it would be a perfect tie-in that would make a boatload of money.
I think they may be doing something like that. If it hasn't been announced already. Now, okay, so the numbers is a little faster. They're saying this is at $2 billion, 23 million. Now, if we look at the Box Office Mojo top grosses of all time, Avatar, it's still gonna be number 6. This should be past 2 billion. Right here, if we're going off what this says right here. And so I think by this time next week, it may be number 4. It may pass episode 7, The Force Awakens. It'll definitely pass Avengers Infinity War this time next year, because that's only another 20 something million dollars.
Are these only box office grosses? Do they count ancillary stuff like DVD sales and VOD?
Yeah, this is strictly box office.
Strictly box office.
Strictly box office. And so I think it may have a chance at the end of his run to pass Titanic. It might. I think it'll definitely pass The Force Awakens, but it may even pass Titanic. I don't think it's going to catch. It's not going to catch the original or Endgame. I think
that would be something if he caught Endgame and he had the top 3.
Man,
that would be something, boy.
Yeah,
I tell you, at that point, if I'm if I'm Disney, if I'm what's his name, if I'm what's his name from Marvel, I'm like, you need to throw some more money at me. We need to take one of those spots back.
Yeah. So y'all, it's doing hella good right now. It's dominating, and it's not gonna have any competition all the way to mid-February when Kang comes out, when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out. And so Yeah.
I have to be honest with you, man. I'm still surprised. I was surprised when the original Avatar came out and it was such a big deal. I was surprised when this one came with this one because I just don't get it. Like I want to. I see the hype around it. I see how many people love it and watch it. And I remember when the first one came out, how it was just such a huge thing. And it just didn't connect with me. Like there's I don't know what it is, but it just simply did not connect with me, and it still doesn't. And I want to be able to get into the hype and feel it.
Well, hey,
Doesn't
I'll
do
tell
it
you
for
what,
me.
when book you a theater that's midday or early morning where it's not that crowded, and go, get your glasses, get your popcorn, get your Slurpee, check it out, man. I think you'll have a good time because I loved it. I thought it was better than the first film. And so
I'm gonna have to go watch the first one again then.
yeah, watch it. You got Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, I have it. I'm gonna go watch it again. Maybe I'll feel a little different now, and then maybe I'll see if I can catch like a 10 a.m. Viewing or something when no one's there but me and the dude cleaning the sticky floors. So
There you go. There you go.
although it should be clean for 10 a.m., there shouldn't be anybody in there.
Right. Well, let's ladies and gentlemen, there, boys and girls, again, Avatar: The Way of Water is killing it at the box office right now. It has passed 2 billion. Will it reach Titanic? Was that the I can't remember. Will it be number 3? What are your final predictions? Let us know. And again, there's a link to this article in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But now let's move on to topic number 2. Get you guys out of here for this Cowboys game that's popping off a little bit later.
We can run over. No one's trying to watch them.
Oh man, the hate.
No one's trying to watch your boys.
The hate is real. But Larry, for topic number 2, it was sad. Our boy Hawkeye, he got hurt in that snow plowing accident, man. And I think last week or the week before, he was celebrating his 40th something birthday in the hospital. But now we have another update. Looks like he's going to be coming through with a decent recovery. This is topic number 2 right now, coming from ScreenRant.com. Jeremy Renner shares recovery photo along with heartfelt and healing message. Jeremy Renner shares a recovering photo from his same exact thing. I don't know why they put that there twice, but but here he is right here smiling. I know that's an older picture right there. But if we scroll down just a little bit right here, this was from his Twitter account. Just a few days after returning home from the hospital, Jeremy Renner took to Twitter to share a recovery photo and an emotional message for the actor's followers. I want to thank everyone for their messages and thoughtfulness. Much love and appreciation to you all. These 30+ broken bones will mend, grow stronger, just like the love and bond with family and friends deepens. And here he is right here, guys. Looks like he's at home. I wanted to not look at the photo till I was here live. But yeah, it looks like he's at home with a big window view. That's a nice view. Hospital bed. His legs look understandably so, man. He lost some weight. Look kind of not no shade, of course. I'm glad he's okay. So
no, it's crazy how quickly muscle atrophies if you don't use it.
Yeah. He had to go through multiple surgeries. And people are I'm no doctor, of course, no medical expert, but
play one on TV.
I've been known to I've noticed that people do lose weight after injuries and surgery and stuff. And so it's scary, man. I was waiting because it was so much speculation online, like rumors and people, I guess, just trying to get clicks talking about, oh, his legs might be amputated. Is he gonna lose his leg? And I'm just like, okay, that's who's really talking about this right here. But I don't know, man. Like, what did you think when this first popped off, this news here of him? Like, did you think he was gonna pull through, or were you just nervous and thought that was it?
Man, well, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, when I first saw this, I was like, dang, that is really messed up. And then I saw the thing where he might lose his leg. And then apparently I got a little scared for a moment because I was flipping through something online and I saw this other article that they tied to this one about some snowboarders who got into an accident. One of them was killed. And I was like, oh damn, did dude just die? And then I figured out, I was like, no, this is two separate stories. They sort of blended together. But I did hear that he might lose his leg, and I was like, that's just terrible. But I was like, this dude has a gang of money. If they have a way to save it, they're gonna figure it out. And I'm not saying that those rumors were ever true or not true, but I know that when it comes to medical care, for some of us, if you don't have either really good insurance or a lot of money, like his injuries, he may have lost his leg if it was just some everyday Joe, you know. But you know, I'm glad it looks like he's gonna recover. I'm sure it's gonna be a very long, hard fight, and 30 broken bones, man. I don't think we're gonna see. I guess it's a good thing he was at the end of his Hawkeye run, because I don't think we're gonna see him doing many actions, many stunts and action movies. We might see more of his mayor of
Easttown. Is it mayor of Easttown?
Yeah. We might see more movies like that coming from him.
Mayor of Kingston.
Yeah. I think we might see more movies coming from him like that, because it's going to take a while. 30 broken bones. I mean, I don't know how many ribs and whatnot he cracked, and I obviously broke his leg, and I mean that's just going to take a long time to heal and feel right. Your body's going to have to readjust. He's going to have to build back a lot of muscle, you know.
Yeah, man, quite scary. It says the biggest update came earlier this week when Renner revealed he had left the hospital and returned home just in time for the Mayor of Kingston season 2 premiere on Paramount Plus, noting that while he was in a brain fog from his recovery surgeries, he was enjoying time with his family. Shortly thereafter, the streaming platform actually took to tweeting the marketing for the crime drama Yellowstone creator Tara Sheridan, yada, yada, yada. The wounds seen on Renner's face in the poster for the series out of respect for the actor's real wounds. And while Jeremy Renner's recovery post is sure to bring comfort regarding the actor's recovery, it is important to note his reveal of the extent of his wounds, as he will be healing from 30 plus broken bones. However, with some early reports expressing doubts of his retaining the use of his limbs and Renner's own confidence in being able to heal from his injuries, this large number shouldn't prove too concerning. Fans of Renner will have to keep their eyes peeled for further updates from the actor on his recovery. Man, that is serious, but I'm glad he's alive. I'm glad he's alive.
And it does sound serious, 30 broken bones, but there's a lot of bones in our bodies. So, I mean, you figure you break all 5 fingers and your hand. That's 6 right there if you break all 5 fingers and your hand. You know, you break a leg and a couple ribs, and, you know, it looked like he might have cracked an orbital because his eye was all jacked up. So, I mean, you can rack up 30 broken bones pretty quickly and not have it life-threatening, obviously, as we see. So
I wonder, is there a way that you can count how many bones you have? Because I mean, the average person has 206, but I think it goes from, I'm getting really nerdy here. It's like 206 to 215 or something, depending.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. I know women have one less rib, or men have one less rib. I guess it is. We gave it to the women, but
all the experts, let us know down in the chat. You know,
yeah, somebody in there, somebody's a doctor or some sort of physiologist or something. Somebody knows in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. But Jeremy Renner, rest in peace, sir. We love and respect
rest
you.
In peace. He's still alive.
Oh my goodness, what am I talking about? I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm jumping the gun hella early, a few decades too early. I'm sorry. Rest well, sir. Get well soon. Thank you for the save, Larry. Man, that's why I bring it here, sir. But rest well, sir. We want you to have a full recovery of the best you can. And again, guys, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there is a link down to this article in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Now, go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, winter is a dangerous time, man. You hear a lot of people that get hurt during winter. Yeah. People doing, snowplow accidents, snowboarding, skiing, people having heart attacks, shoveling snow. Be careful out there, people.
Yeah, be careful out there. I've never even been skiing before.
You haven't?
Yeah, it's on the bucket list.
I've never actually skied, but I snowboard because I grew up in Southern California, so I grew up skateboarding and surfing. So when snowboarding came along, it was kind of a natural progression. So
Already.
Yeah.
Well, Larry, for this topic number 3, this one may be funny to you, sir. Looks like your boy, Mr. Bob Chapek, didn't necessarily get the L that everybody thought he may have gotten since he was fired.
I
from
told
Disney.
y'all he was gonna get a golden parachute. I knew he was not walking away, and he was just getting fired like he was like some on one of those Trump shows. Nah.
Right. You're right. You're right. Your boy Bob Chapek may seem like he got the last laugh over here. You know, saying hardy hard. This is topic number 3 coming from Variety. Ousted Disney CEO Bob Chapek paid $24.2 million in 2022. And in addition to that, he's set to receive another more than $20 million in severance. Man, that is nice. Company also details severance payments due to Jeff Morrell, who also was fired as head of corporate affairs in 2022 of last year. And guys, there's a link.
That's the black dude, right?
No, I think the black dude was named man, it was a black name too. You could tell what Kareem. It was Kareem. Was it Kareem something? Kareem Daniels? Was that it?
Sounds not Daniels. Was it Daniels?
It was Kareem something. Hold on, let me try to Kareem. No, it wasn't Jabbar. Yeah, no, it was
Kareem Daniels?
Yeah, wait, Kareem Daniels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kareem Daniels.
Let me bring this over here.
All right, you got it. I trust you.
Yeah, Kareem Daniels.
Oh, there you go. All right. So did he get a golden parachute too, or they were like,
No, he didn't. I read through this one and I was looking for his name specifically, but Bob Chapek, who was fired as CEO of Disney last fall, received a pay package of $24.18 million for 2022 and is expected to receive $20 million in severance. The company board on November 20th announced that in replacing Chapek from former Bob Iger CEO for a 2-year term, in a proxy statement filed Tuesday, Disney provided a detailed timeline of the events that culminated with Chapek's termination, Iger's appointment as interim CEO, and activist investor Nelson Peltz's attempt to join the company's board. The Disney board determined that Chapek was no longer the right person to serve as a CEO role in the months following renewal of Chapek's contract in June of last year, according to the company's proxy filing Tuesday. The significant developments and change in the broader macroeconomic environment over this period inform how the board viewed the appropriate leader in light of the rapidly evolving industry and market dynamics. The board therefore concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Mr. Iger is best situated to lead the company while an appropriate longer-term successor is identified. For Disney's fiscal year ended on the 1st of October last year, Chapek's compensation package included his base salary of $2.5 million, $10.8 million in stock grants, $3.75 million in stock options, $6.75 million in cash bonuses, and $208,000 for personal air travel and $53,000 in other compensation. Larry, that's a nice little check out, if you don't ask me.
Can I just get his air travel?
Yes, I would be happy. I would be happy with that. Chapek's severance payments, subject to him successfully completing all the terms of his post-employment consulting agreement, will comprise of $6.35 million cash and remaining base salary through the scheduled expiration date of his amended employment agreement, and about $1 million equivalent to a prorated target bonus for fiscal 2023 per the proxy filing. In addition, with his termination, Chapek is eligible to receive accelerated Disney stock worth $12.7 million. Larry, what do you think about this so far, man? Is this good? Is this bad? You happy for Chapek? You don't really care? How you feeling so far?
I mean, I can't really say that I care all that much. I mean, it's someone in the comments said it's right, said rich people with rich people problems. I mean, the dude went in there and I mean, I'm not going to dog him. I know everybody else wants to dog him, but he came in there and took over at the worst possible time that a company had. True. And he did do a lot to grow Disney Plus, and he grew it fast, maybe too fast, as some people say. But I mean, maybe he was the right person for the pandemic, and now he's the wrong person post-pandemic. I don't know. It seems like they got rid of him. Maybe he was, I don't know. They were doing some, he was doing some things. It seems like that Iger's rolling back, like lowering the prices to the theme parks again, because they had gotten ridiculous. They were up at, I think at one point under Chapek had gotten up to like $180.
Really?
And after, and
Wow.
like after taxes in a place like in LA, it was like almost $200 or over $200.
Okay.
For one person. That's just a lot. You go with a family of
that's crazy.
You go with a family of 5, you have 2 parents and 3 kids, you're talking about $1,000 to walk through the park doors. That takes Disneyland, beyond the reach of a lot of people. And so I don't know. I mean, maybe it was time for him to go. The only problem that I had with this whole getting rid of Chapek was bringing back Iger.
Oh, really?
And it's not that I don't like Iger, but he has no plans to be there.
Well, he's only coming back for 2 years.
Exactly. I feel like they should have been looking for a long-term replacement. Because one thing, sometimes, Wall Street does not like change. They want things to work well and they want them to stay the same. And this constant changing, by the time they get through with this, they will have gone through what, three or 4 changes of the CEO in like 6 years or something like that, because we'll have gone from Iger to Chapek back to Iger, and then we're going to go to somebody else. I think they should have dealt with Chapek for a little while longer and found a long-term replacement.
No, that's not a horrible idea. And they did it. What was just frustrating is they just recently renewed his contract like early last year as well. So my heart was broken. I think they may bring the guy back that Chapek fired. That was, there was some guy. So of course Disney bought 20th Century Fox, turned it into 20th Century Studios, and there was a gentleman that was high up in the ranks that came from Fox or 20th Century Studios. And the word on the street is that he was possibly threatening Chapek to be his successor or, surpass him in some type of capacity. So he fired him. And everybody was like, why in the world would you fire this guy? If anybody, he should have been the next person in line to, take over the reins. And so I don't know. It may seem like he may come back. It seemed like that would make sense, but they could pick anybody. I'm just still happy that Chapek, that he's gone. Now, so we're talking about Iger. In November, Disney disclosed that Iger's pay package for his return as CEO is worth up to $27 million per year. So this dude is finna make $56 million in 2 years. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
I will come out of retirement too, bro, for another 2 more years. We'll give you $56 million. Iger had previously retired from the Disney effective December of 2021. He was eligible for a 2022 prorated bonus per his employment agreement for services during fiscal year 2022.
Still gonna get that?
I don't know.
Those old contracts, they're just what they are.
That's a good
You don't
question.
get to break them just because someone comes back.
That's a good question. And the company awarded Iger a bonus of $4.37 million. That's just nuts, man. And bringing Iger back as CEO, the Disney board said it had given him a mandate to set the strategic direction for renewed growth and to work closely with the board in developing a successor to lead the company at the completion of his term. So he can't just come in and sugarfoot. We need a 5-year, 10-year plan, sir. If we're gonna pay you this money. So
I'll be honest with you, man. I really think, and this is a problem with Disney. Some people have somehow Iger did it well, but I think Disney needs to break itself up. Because you have Disney, you have Disney Studios that run all the movies and the TV shows, their animation, all of that. And then you have the theme parks. And that's a whole different animal, a whole different beast. And then you have the travel. You have the cruise lines, you have the private islands, you have the hotels, you have all that stuff. And trying to find a CEO that can actually manage all that knows what they're doing, that can hire the right people to head up all that stuff. I mean, I don't see it happening well. I just don't see it happening well.
Really?
I mean, Iger is an anomaly. I just don't see them finding another Iger that's going to run Disney that well. I think whoever they bring in, they're going to do one or maybe two things good, and then the other parts of the company are going to suffer, and people are going to yell and bitch, and they're going to call him a Bob Chapek part 2, and and that's what it was. Bob Chapek came from what was it, the home entertainment side, and a lot of his focus was on Disney Plus. He wanted to expand Disney Plus, and then on the other side, the parks suffered and the travel suffered. Now, part of that was because of the pandemic, but also part of it was because he made bad decisions. And I don't see that changing.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I respectfully disagree. I think they're in good hands now.
Now, but in 2 years.
I don't know if they'll find somebody as good as Iger. Hopefully, but I don't know. I'm confident.
I am confident in Iger. I agree with you wholeheartedly. They're in good hands right now.
Okay.
But in 2 years,
we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you think. Are you confident? Do you think they'll find a better replacement than Chapek or a better replacement than Iger? Let us know what you think the future of Disney will be. And again, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this article in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But now, Larry, let's move on to topic number 4. Now, I had already planned on covering this throughout the week, but as I was preparing for it today, we got another update, Larry, and I'm very surprised by this. And hopefully I don't ruffle any feathers, but I from the little that I know about this topic, I agree with this decision. But it was unfortunate that the year before last, Alec Baldwin was on the set of a movie called Rust, and because of extreme negligence, the cinematographer of that film was murdered, or not murdered. She was killed, and one of the directors was injured as well. It was horrible. It shook the industry. Of course, Alec Baldwin was very upset about that and shook, and but of course, we want to send our prayers and thoughts out for the victim and her family. But no, it was so much speculation going around, just like, okay, who should be charged? Who is responsible? Should there be charged, etc. Well, earlier in the week, this is from Variety. It says Alec Baldwin and Russ Armorer to face involuntary manslaughter charges in the shooting death on the set. Of course, here's Alec Baldwin. And it was not only Alec Baldwin, it was also the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, who loaded the weapon. She was charged, or it was speculated they're going to be charged. And also the prosecutor also announced that David Hall, the film's first assistant director, has agreed to plead guilty to a charge of negligent use of a deadly weapon. Hall's handed the loaded Colt 45 to Baldwin under the plea agreement. Hall will be given 6 months of probation, but will not serve jail time. If any one of these 3 people, Alec Baldwin, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, or David Hall, had done their job, Helena Hutchins would still be alive today, said Andrea Reed, the special prosecutor appointed by Cormac Aldwise to oversee the case. In a statement, it's that simple. The evidence clearly shows a pattern of criminal disregard for safety on the Rust film set. In the New Mexico, there was no room for the film sets that don't take our state's commitment to gun safety and public safety seriously. Now, when this dropped last week, Larry, I was saying to myself, definitely somebody should be charged. I think the people that were the armorer, the people that loaded the gun, the people that are responsible for giving the gun to the said actor, in this case, Alec Baldwin, they should definitely be charged. I didn't think that Alec Baldwin should be charged, though, because I didn't think it was his responsibility, to check it. He's just an actor. He's not an expert, but
he's a producer on the film, though.
Exactly. There you go.
Quarterback of the team.
Right. Some people were saying, but wait a minute, he's the producer of the whole party. And, that does, lay some responsibility on him. And so I was kind of back and forth. But Larry, this morning, earlier today, again, this first right here was from Variety. This came out a few days ago saying that he will be charged. This is an exclusive from TMZ. Alec Baldwin will not be charged for shooting Russ director. And this dropped earlier this morning. And so let's get into this and to see exactly why. Alec Baldwin will not, for topic number 4, Alec Baldwin will not be charged with the shooting of Russ director Joe Souza, despite the fact that he was hit by the same bullet the DA says was fired recklessly and killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins. And now we know why. The Santa Fe District Attorney's Office tells TMZ there's just no crime when it comes to the Souza incident. The DA said that the only way to characterize the shooting of Souza is an unintentional battery, and there's no such thing exists. A battery requires intent. Even the DEA says Baldwin had no intention to hurt anyone. The case against Baldwin is rooted in alleged recklessness. There's been a lot of criticism against the DA. In the wake of the announcement, Baldwin will be charged with manslaughter for the death of Helena. Actor Douglas Stewart, who shot a scene in Russ before the fatal incident, appeared on TMZ Live Friday and said he's been on movie sets with guns for decades and never has an actor checked the chamber of a gun. In fact, he says they're prohibited from doing so. Stewart says they rely on the experts, the armorer. And the case goes to if the case goes to trial, if certain Baldwin's lawyers will argue the actor merely followed long-standing custom, so that would in no way constitute recklessness. There's also criticism the DA will be charging Baldwin because of his executive producer role in the movie, which you just said, Larry. Stewart says Baldwin was not running the show. His EP credit was executive producer credit was really just so he can get back in profits. Baldwin is expected to be formally charged for Helena's death by month's end. Oh, so he's going to be charged for her death, but not the director that was shot. Okay, I just not saw that part. So yeah, man, what do you think about this, Larry? What is your take? You think this is the right thing or the wrong thing? How you feeling, sir?
Man, I'll tell you, this just seems to me like there's a lot of privilege going on here. I don't want to necessarily say it's white privilege more so than like rich people privilege or famous people privilege, because I remember back in the day, I would hear stories all the time about people getting arrested and charged because they would shoot a gun up in the air and it, maybe it was New Year's or some sort of celebration. Then the bullets would come down and hit somebody and kill someone. They'd find out who did it and then they'd arrest them and charge them. Or somebody would somebody was shooting somewhere and a bullet ricocheted and killed somebody, or a bullet went stray and hit somebody and they'd charging somebody with involuntary manslaughter or negligent homicide or something. And it seems to me like you have that same case here. And I mean, I don't know. They said that I saw somewhere they said the armor wasn't even on set. Well, they said when the producer handed Baldwin the gun and told him cold gun, that it didn't even come from the armor. I guess somebody else had loaded it or something. The armor wasn't even on set at the time. I don't know. There's so many stories that I've heard from this. It doesn't seem like the media is getting it fully right about what's what. But I mean, here's the problem. It clearly seems like it was an accident. It doesn't seem like he pointed this gun at the cinematographer and the director and tried to kill them. It seemed like it was clearly an accident. Right. Now, I will say one thing, that this armorer, if she was the one who actually loaded this gun, whoever loaded this gun needs to be charged, because there's absolutely no reason why you should have live rounds on a set, period. If somebody's like, hey, we want to go out and shoot some guns in the desert for entertainment, you as an armorer have a responsibility to say, not with my guns. Don't bring your guns or your ammo on my set. No, that's it. I mean, I will say that the armor definitely needs to be charged. Now, do you charge her with the same thing that you charge Baldwin or anyone else who actually pulled, who pulled the trigger? I don't know. I mean, if you and I go to the liquor store and we stop and I run in to grab a beer and decide to rob the place while I'm in there, well, guess what? You're getting charged just like I am. You didn't do anything. You didn't run in there. You didn't pull the trigger or rob the place, but you're getting charged and sent to jail the same way. So I kind of feel like you're a participant. The whole thing would have never even happened if you didn't put live ammo in there at any point, And if people were saying, oh, well, it was a mistake because we were shooting earlier with live ammo and we got the ammo mixed up, that should have never have happened. So right. I feel like your mistake. Sometimes you people do stuff wrong and they're stupid and negligent. Sometimes people do stuff wrong on purpose. I'm not saying it doesn't matter the differences between the two, but you still have to be punished.
Right. I agree with some of that. Some of it I feel different. Someone in the comment section was saying, why did they shoot her? Why was they pointing the gun at her? Well, she was behind the camera and they were purposely, pointing the gun at the camera for the shot. You were trying to shoot a movie poster like this, and that's why, the camera's in front like this, and she's behind the camera. So that's how the bullet hit her and ricocheted and hit the other guy. I do agree with you as far as the armorer, the person responsible for the weapons and the bullets, whether it's one person or 7 people. In this case, I think it was 2. I think they should definitely be charged because they are in charge of the weapons. I don't think Alec Baldwin should be charged. Now, if somewhere in the contracts for this film to come together, he was responsible for the shoot, then that's a different story. But if we're going off this actor that said he's been shooting, scenes in Hollywood for decades, that he wasn't in charge, then I'm going to lean that way. But it's also hard to compare because, if somebody's celebrating on the 4th of July and they're firing guns in the air and the bullet comes down to kill somebody, yes, you should definitely be charged for that, even if it is an accident. I mean, you fired the weapon, you knew what it was capable of. So, yes, you should be responsible for that. However, you made a decision to do that on your own. And this way, to me, the decision was kind of taken away from Baldwin because it was given to him by somebody else. I know it's kind of kind of cloudy.
No, I totally get it, especially if they have rules where you say someone hands you a gun, they checked it, they did the safety checks. You're not allowed to do anything to it because we don't want you to screw something up,
right,
and alter what we've done safety wise. The problem is you're putting all your faith and confidence in that person, and if they didn't do the job properly, now you're. So I mean, I get that. I have mixed feelings about the whole thing about him being charged because I truly believe it was an accident. And as somebody who has worked behind the camera for longer than I haven't, I've gone and done shoots where I've actually had guns pointed directly at my camera because that's the way I wanted the shot. But luckily, because at the time I was shooting law enforcement officers, we knew that the guns were loaded. There was not going to be a oops, I didn't know. I pulled the trigger because I thought, no, we knew they were hot guns, We knew it was a hot weapon. And every time I've gone around anybody with weapons, they say the safest weapon is a hot weapon because everybody knows don't play with it. It's when people run around thinking that the gun's not loaded, and they want to try and do, rodeo tricks, spinning the gun on their hand and all the other stuff because they think it's not loaded, and then they shoot themselves in the head. So
I got you.
I don't know, man.
I'm a new gun owner, but one of the first things they taught us is always assume the gun is loaded. And the second thing that says never, under any circumstances, take anybody's word that it's not loaded or whatever, or that it's unloaded. Like, so if you were to come to my house to hang out and we wanted to, show our toys, show our guns to each other. Oh, I got this, I got that. And you lay it down. And even if you lay it down the right way, and you say, Brandon, that's unloaded. It would be stupid for me to trust you. You should be like, it is unloaded, but I want you to verify that it's unloaded as well. And then if somebody else comes in, they need to verify that it's unloaded as well. And and that's just the way you keep it safe. And so, yeah, you know, you don't hand a
Yeah,
gun to somebody.
I don't own any guns. I don't own any guns, but if I did, I would keep them loaded at all times. There would never be any doubt about whether or not the guns are loaded. It's just, yes, they're loaded.
Yeah, in his holster. Like, I won't. Well, anyway, like, yeah. So we're on the same page there. But yeah, TMZ says that Alec Baldwin will not be charged. But guys, whether you're watching this via live or on the replay, let us know in the comment section. Let us know in the chat what you think about this. If you think this was the right decision, if you think this is the wrong decision, if you just don't know. Let us know, because we are dying to know. And there's a link to that in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Go ahead.
Now, I will say this one thing. Just because he's not going to be charged does not mean that he's not liable civilly. He should still end up having to come out of pocket. He should, as executive producer, the insurance company for this production company should come out of pocket. I still think criminally that Armor probably should have some responsibility, and civilly as well. So,
well, there you go. There you go. Well, guys, let's go ahead and move on to topic number 5 right here. We got some DC news right here, and I don't want to get excited about it because, like I always say, the DC news changes more often than we change our underwear, which is every day, hopefully. But we have. We have this from Variety right here from Jason Momoa. And I forgot, Larry, how you felt about the first Aquaman, but we can talk about it. Topic number 5 coming up from Variety. And Jason Momoa on DC meeting with James Gunn. I'll always be Aquaman and may play other characters too. And also from Movie Web right here. Jason Momoa teases major DC news coming soon. Is it the long rumored Lobo movie? And a lot of people have been speculating about that. And so, yeah, he had a meeting with James Gunn, and he's super duper excited. And I want to share this little video with you guys to share his excitement. Y'all let me know if you can hear this when I play it.
Baby, picture me rolling.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
4 years ago, I had the Jeep out front. No, I don't want you. I lived 4 years ago. I was screaming, wasn't I? Yeah. Screaming when I left Warner Brothers. Right? Everyone's in the meeting. 4 years again. It's a mystery, baby. We got, I got some really good news. Great news with Warner Brothers. Amazing. Wish I could tell you, but here it is. Peter, I love you. James, I love you. David. Okay. Mwah. To the future. Baby! Picture me rolling.
To the future, he says, Larry, to the future. Is this something to get excited about, my brother? Do you think you want to see him still be Aquaman or Lobo? I mean, is this a big deal? What you think, Larry? What you think?
I mean, it's obviously a big deal to him. It's going to help him pay for that big old house that was in the background, you know?
Yeah.
Like I have said for a long time, man, I just keep all my excitement just tempered when it comes to DC stuff, because they will get you hyped up.
Yes.
They will pump you up for a year and a half with something like Black Adam, and then it comes out to be like, it was cool. You know, and then you're like, damn, I was hyped up, and now I'm just left like, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I mean, I could see him playing a different character in the DC universe if it's something where you don't really see him so much.
Pick one. If you had to choose out of these two characters, him to stay as Aquaman or to be Lobo, which would you prefer?
I think I would kind of rather see him as Lobo. I mean, don't get me wrong. He wasn't horrible as Aquaman. I felt like they leaned like I get it. He's a handsome dude. He's a pretty man, but I think they leaned too much on that with him running around shirtless with his linen pants, and that's just not how I see Aquaman. You know, and I get it. They want to show off his sexy, which is fine, but it's
not for you.
it wasn't for me, and I felt like there's sometimes I feel like they make the role too much about the actor and not the actor's not about the role. And that was one of those times. And they just didn't get it right. I'm not sure they ever got it right with that casting. Not that that he was terrible. He's an actor. He's, you know, good actors can play anything for the most part if they do it right, you know, at least play it decently. Yeah. But
I got you.
I just, and plus it was just like all the DC movies I shouldn't say all the DC movies, all the DC superhero movies, with the exception of Wonder Woman, have been really just been okay. Have just been okay. I love their villain movies. You know, when you start again, I've talked about how I love the Suicide Squad, both of them. The Joker movies are great. The one Batman movie was good, though. I do like Ben Affleck as Batman, and I want him to stay Batman for the foreseeable future.
I got you. If it was up to me, I will still choose him as Aquaman. I really did enjoy that movie. I liked him as Aquaman. I enjoyed the movie. Lobo is a character that's just not. He's not a favorite of mine. The only time I've seen Lobo, I haven't read the comics or nothing, was in Young Justice, and maybe a DC animated something here. I can't remember, but I just didn't like the character. He really didn't care. He just didn't really do anything for me, and I still can't get past the fact that this film made $1.1 billion. Oh, y'all can't see that. Hold on, let me stop that and present again. This film made $1.1 billion worldwide, the first one. And so you're going to turn in the cape. Well, Aquaman don't have a cape, but you're going to turn in the uniform for Aquaman to take on Lobo, a character that nobody's ever heard of. Excuse me. That's just money-wise, that just doesn't add up to me. But see, that's a good thing.
If he's a good enough actor, and they make it such that you don't see him, then I think it'll work well for him. The problem is with Aquaman. Whenever I watched Aquaman, I was seeing Jason Momoa, and I wanted to see Aquaman, and I was seeing Jason Momoa. And I think if he's playing Lobo, maybe he'll be able to play that role, and we will see the character and not the actor.
I got you.
I mean, think about on the Marvel side with what's his name, with dude that plays Thanos and plays Kane. Is it Kane? The dude from Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds?
No, not Ryan Reynolds. The other dude that plays Thanos.
Oh, yeah. Josh Brolin. Yeah.
Josh Brolin, yeah. I don't when I look at Thanos, I don't see Josh Brolin. Even when I was seeing Cable, I didn't see Josh Brolin. I heard him. And I was like, oh, like when I hear Thanos, oh, that's the same dude, right? But I don't see them. He's playing two characters in the same universe, but I don't see them as the same people. And maybe he can do that.
We also have a hater in the comments by the name of Mara Sharice saying Aquaman. Stop hating, Mara. Aquaman was not boring. I love that movie. No, I'm kidding. But in this article, Variety, he says, I'll always be Aquaman. Jason Momoa proclaimed at the Variety Studio presented by Audible Sundance. Momoa is in Park City Festival, Deep Rising, which investigates organizations that are extracting metals from deep sea floor. He met with them. It's very, very wonderful, Momoa said of the meeting. I am in the house of Warner Brothers, and they are liking a lot of stuff I'm doing. We got a lot of good things coming. One thing is Momoa's second standalone Aquaman movie, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. There's also rumors that Momoa would be playing a different character, Lobo, in the new DC universe. Momoa would not confirm such rumors, but he did say there might be other characters coming from him down the line regarding DC. The beautiful thing about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is me and my partner wrote the first treatment for it, and it was about 55-page treatment, and a lot of it has to deal with me talking to the UN about what's happening with the melting ice caps, Momoa said. There's no far off galaxy coming to destroy us or aliens from another place. It's ruining our planet. It's us ruining our planet. We need to get together and save our home. And so he just he concluded, I'll always be Aquaman, and anyone coming in there and taking shit There might be some other characters too. I can play other things too, kind of like your Brolin example. I can be funny and savage and charming. There we go, right there. So he's still giving hope to Aquaman, huh?
That storyline is going to turn a lot of people off. The whole environmentalist propaganda movie is going to turn a lot of people off.
No, well, no, I don't think so, because that's kind of what Avatar's about. Mm-hmm. You know, saving the world. Go see Avatar. Go see Aquaman. See them all. See them all. But yeah, what are y'all saying in the comments about this? Let's see.
I hope he does it. I hope he does well in making it. And I'll be honest with you. I feel like he's done enough of those types of movies. I want to see him do something that really challenges his acting chops, man. You know, the dude's one of those island dudes, a Hawaiian dude. I would love to see him maybe do a biopic of like the Hawaiian king or something like that. You know,
I got you.
And it doesn't have to be set in I mean, it could be interesting to set it in modern times as, you know, the U.S. took over Hawaii, but it could be cool maybe to go back in and talk about the Kingdom of Hawaii and have something interesting that we don't really get to see a lot, but would challenge him to actually really act dramatically instead of just being a sex kitten, basically a male version of a sex kitten. It's just, you know, I mean, I see the women swoon over him all the time, which is cool, but you have to be more than that if you're going to have some legs, you know, because after a while your looks are going to fade, you know.
I got you.
Or you just get tired of it. Like, what's his name? Batista's like, I'm tired of running around without my shirt on. I want to do something else. You know,
I got you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you let us know what you think, what Jason Momoa is going to do. He's still showing love for Aquaman, you know, but a lot of people are teasing that he may be Lobo. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section below or in the chat. And again, those articles are in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Now, Larry, I know you're kind of a casual Star Wars fan. You know, we got a new trailer coming from one of the best new Star Wars adaptations that has hit Disney Plus in quite some time. Not Mandalorian, not season 1, not season 2, but season 3. You did watch the show, correct?
Mandalorian?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Did you like it?
I did like it. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Have you seen the trailer for season 3?
No, I have not.
Would you like to see it, sir?
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right. Let's go ahead and check out this trailer right now for season 3 of The Mandalorian. I haven't seen the whole thing myself. I've seen little clips here and there, but it did look good. Let's check it out. If it'll play. It's coming though.
Hopefully it's not Grogu trying to commit genocide again.
Yeah, that would be very, very disappointing. That'd be very disappointing. Oh, what's wrong with it? Oh, here we go.
People are scattered like stars in the galaxy. What are we? What do we stand for? Being a Mandalorian's not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost. I'm going to Mandalore so that I may be forgiven for my transgressions.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
There's something dangerous happening out there. And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Yeah.
Hang on, kid. This is the way.
That music, boy.
Yes.
I love that spaghetti western music. It just gets me.
Yes, sir. There we go, y'all. Season 3 trailer for The Mandalorian. Larry, you're right, man. That music by Ludwig Göransson is fire. I actually have that as my ringtone.
Nice.
From season 1. But bro, that looks fantastic, bro. I'm excited. When I was watching it, I saw you, Shanny D, in the yeah. There you go. I'm excited about this. I am too. Yes, lightsabers. This looks badass. Larry, what you think about this trailer?
Yeah, man, it looks good. I'm looking forward to this one. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. The first two were really good. I've enjoyed some of the Star Wars movies. I haven't been as excited about them as the movies, but the series have been pretty good. Like I still need to get back to Andor. I started watching that. I didn't quite finish that. That was kind of cool, but then I don't know. I guess at some point I started losing interest in it, but I need to get back to it.
Same.
But this one, I was excited for this one when it came out because growing up, I was always loving Boba Fett, and they never talked about him enough, I felt. So when I saw they were going to make The Mandalorian, I was like, finally, we're going to get these stories. Yeah. And I enjoyed them. Yeah. I didn't find Grogu quite as cute as everybody else did. I was like, this is a little spoiled ass brat that's like committing genocide. I was like,
yeah. What you think going on right here, man, with these lightsabers?
Well, they look like
has to be a prequel. It has to be some type of prequel. I don't see how this can be.
They look like Jedis right there with their cloaks on, so they don't look like Sith Lords. So I'm assuming there's going to be some Jedis rolling through there.
Yeah,
and I think most of the I can be wrong, but I feel like most of the Sith Lords, their lightsabers are red.
True. Right.
So.
Right. And this, I'm a casual Star Wars fan over here. I'm not no expert, so I don't want to hear you guys don't know what you're talking. Shut up. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that. Yeah, I can't wait for this, man. I'm super excited. Like, I still haven't watched Rebels or Clone Wars. Boba Fett was okay. Everybody says that was crap. Obi-Wan was disappointing. And like you, I started Andor and it was cool. It was cool. I wasn't in love with it, but I didn't have any complaints. Right. But I just didn't finish it. I am though.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. You know what? I'm gonna try to finish that this week. I don't have a reason not to. But this right here, man, I'm gonna be clamoring for every episode, probably waking up, at 2 a.m. to watch it, and trying to react and all that. But March 1st, man, can't get here soon enough because this looks damn good to me.
Yeah.
It says Clone Wars was the best. Bad Batch is great too. Yeah, that's on Disney Plus. There's so much Star Wars, man, and
there is,
and tomorrow talking about I want my money back and I watched it for free. And that's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think this Mandalorian though, Larry, is as good as the original trilogy that came out in the 70s and 80s. What you think about that?
That's a lot, man. I don't know. Because the original trilogy, man, it was so new and so exciting. No one had experienced anything quite like this before. And so, for me as a kid, when Star Wars came out, I was like 9 years old or something. I remember going downtown so I lived in Covina, going to downtown Covina. I think I went and saw it at like the Fox Theater or whatever that theater was downtown. And I came out, I was so hyped. Man, I was so hyped. And my dad took me to the mall the next day, I think it was, and bought me a kazoo. I drove him crazy. I was walking through the malls humming kazooing the Star Wars theme nonstop.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. It was, I don't know, maybe because it's just, when you have those initial sort of connections with it, nothing's going to be better, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good. It makes me feel those same sort of tingles.
Yeah, man. Bring on the tingles. Bring on the tingles. Bring them on. Bring them on. Bring them on. But I'm excited about this, guys. A lot of you in the chat are excited about it too. So is Larry. I can't wait. March 1st is going down. I'll go ahead and say it right now. I'll be covering this each week as well. And so whether it's a live or a video, I will be covering this. But if you are watching this on the replay, let us know your excitement level for The Mandalorian season 3, because me and Larry and everybody else watching is dying to know.
Shout out to Jenna James saying the second half of Andor was great writing. All right, I'm gonna go check it. I'm gonna see if I can finish it.
Thank you,
See if
Jenna.
I can
Thank
finish
you.
it because I feel the same way B did. I was watching, I was like, this is good. And then I just never went back to it.
Yes. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Jenna. But Larry, we got one topic left.
All right.
And my goodness gracious, my brother, I'm nervous about this one. I'm nervous because
who's playing him? Ralph Fiennes?
Oh Lord, stop it. we just had a freaking biopic movie that hit theaters. And Larry, if it's safe to say, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I thought it wasn't a horrible movie, but it wasn't a good one either. And I was disappointed with it, even with my expectations being extremely low. Do you know what movie I'm talking about, Larry?
No.
No, you don't? Well, there's a review for it on my channel, and I was trying to stall just a little bit.
Talking about Elvis?
No, not Elvis. I didn't see that one. I was trying to bring up the thumbnail of this film that I did review on my channel. That was quite disappointing that I had low expectations for. And that was a biopic for the late Whitney Houston right here. Played by Naomi Ackie. You can see my face on the screen. It wasn't the great. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
Haven't they done this on her story already a few times?
A number like 17, you know. Yeah. But this right here, y'all see the banner at the bottom. Y'all see the background. We're going to have a Michael Jackson movie, bro. A Michael Jackson biopic. Out of any entertainer in the whole wide world, he's my favorite. He's a lot of people's favorites, you know, not just American, worldwide phenomenon. But last topic of the day, Larry, coming from Deadline.com. Emancipation's Antoine Fuqua to direct Michael Jackson biopic for Lionsgate. John Logan script and Bohemian Rhapsody's Graham King producing with the estate. Now, Larry, or before Larry, the guys, if you're watching this via live or on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Now, Larry, first off, the title of this does get me happy because first good thing, we got Antoine Fuqua. We all know him. Training Day. We all know everything that this man has directed. And I can try to pull that up real quick. Just as a friendly reminder, The Magnificent Seven. Let's see here. Let's get this ad out the way. So, director, Emancipation, Southpaw, Olympus Has Fallen, Brooklyn's Finest. Oh, I'm reading the wrong thing. Let me see. Director, Emancipation, The Equalizer 1 and 2, Magnificent Seven, Southpaw, Shooter, you know, all Training Day. The man has a lovely filmography. So that's great. Also, I don't know if you've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, but that was another biopic, and that was fire, man. I remember seeing that in the theater. I was dancing, you know, I was like, this is nice. So that's two. And also the third thing, it says with the estate. And so it looks like he has the blessing of the Michael Jackson family, the Michael Jackson estate. So that's good right there. But let's go ahead and get into this. I have not read this yet because I wanted to be surprised, but they have the exclusive. Antoine Fuqua is set to direct the drama-telling complex life story of the iconic singer Michael Jackson, a script by John Logan, and the film will be produced by Graham King, who turned Freddie Mercury Queen story into the blockbuster Oscar Best Picture nominated Bohemian Rhapsody. GK Films will produce alongside as co-executive of Jackson's estate, turning Mercury's complicated rise, fall, and triumphant comeback into a film that won Best Actor from Rami Malek might have been the easier task than the moonwalking over landmines that will have to be done by the Jackson story. Anyone who has seen the job that Fuqua did on the Will Smith star Emancipation might come away believing he hit watermark as a filmmaker because of his unflinching telling of an often brutal story of an escaped slave man, Joseph. Larry, before I go any further, man, what are you thinking about this so far? What are you thinking?
I was interested until I saw the end of that title where it says with the estate, which means it's going to be garbage.
What are you talking about? Keep going.
I'll tell you why. I grew up with Michael Jackson, man. I loved Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall was the first album that I've ever owned. But I just can't ignore all the stuff that has come out in the years, you know, in the last several years, or even before that, when people they were talking about him, you know, juggling little boys' nuts and whatnot.
Oh my God.
And people would, you know, people would get up there when they did the documentary, and people were upset saying, oh, well, they were instead of blaming Michael Jackson for doing what he was doing, they were trying to blame the parents, saying, why did you leave your kid there at his place for, you know, for days or weeks or whatever? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, okay, you can get upset with the parents for that, but the parents didn't tell him to do this. He did that. And I can't ignore that. And they're not going to talk about that if they have the blessing of the estate. All they're going to talk about is his musical genius. They may talk a little bit about how his parents or Joe Jackson was tough on the boys during the Jackson 5 years. And they may talk a little bit about that, but they're not going to talk about him. They're not going to talk about, you know, the trials that he went through because they brought, you know, the DA brought charges on him for sexual assault. They're not going to talk about him paying off tens of millions of dollars to keep these little kids quiet and their parents quiet. You don't pay off tens of millions of dollars because you didn't do anything.
So you think he did it?
I think he did it.
I
think he did it. I think he did it, and I think that he got away with it because he was extraordinarily rich and extraordinarily beloved.
I'll always continue to do my research. I remember when that documentary came out a few years ago. I didn't believe it. I even back then, I think I could be wrong, but I think the FBI came out and said that they did the investigation and they found him not guilty. I also believe that the alleged victims came out and said the whole thing was false as well. And so that's what I'm running with. But what you're talking about is in the article. Sources tell us that the film will undoubtedly make the most of Jackson's musical accomplishments and recreation of seminal career highlights, beginning with the days he fronted the Jackson 5 as a child to hit-making work as the biggest musical star in the world as an adult. But it will also deal squarely with the pedophile accusations that dogged his later years up until his death in 2009 at age 50 from cardiac arrest caused by cocktails of sedatives. So it looks like they are going to cover that. So, and I think they should, because, you know, whether he did it or not, it was such a huge story and split fans worldwide down the middle. I think it would be a horrible idea if they didn't address it at all and they just kind of swept it under the rug. And so, does that give you any hope that they say
they're going to deal squarely with it? We'll see what happens with it. I hope they do. I hope they deal with it directly and honestly and fully. We'll see, though. I mean, it's going to be a fiction movie, so it's not like I'm expecting them to make a documentary, but I hope they deal with it.
It's going to be a fiction movie. What do you mean a fiction movie?
It's not going to be a documentary. It's going to be a biopic. They're going to fictionalize stuff.
Are you sure about that? I don't know, man.
They always do. Just like all these movies that they make, the Ray Charles movie, this Elvis movie, they're all movies that are based on truth, but a lot of the stuff is fictionalized. They have to, you know.
Oh man, I won't struck all of them like that with a broad stroke, a broad brush. You know, I don't know, man. I mean, this is the only thing because I like the director. I like the producer, and I like that the estate is being involved. And we just read that they're going to include, you know, not only his highlights but the drama as well. The only thing that concerns me now is the casting. Like who's going to play Michael Jackson? Those are huge shoes to fill. Now, I may upset some people with this, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. It is very important to me that Michael Jackson is being played by a Black American. I would prefer it not be any foreigners. Not saying that they can't act or they're not talented. Just for me and my personal preference, that's just important to me for the best representation possible. Yes, he was a worldwide phenomenon, and people from America and South America and Asia all loved him. Probably even the same, but still, that's just important to me. But even if it is a foreigner, and if they do a good job, I'm going to admit that they did a good job. I'm not going to say just lie just because the casting doesn't line up the way I want. I mean, I didn't want Daniel Kaluuya to play Fred Hampton, but he still did a great job. I still get that movie a 9.5 out of 10. But Y'all in the comment section, who do y'all think should play Michael Jackson? Who do you think should play Michael Jackson? Excuse me, Larry. Who do you think? Who do you think should play Janet Jackson? Who do you think? Who do you think should play Tito and Jermaine and
man,
if they're included? That's a hell of a task.
I mean, you're gonna have to find someone that can really perform if you're gonna do this. You know, they don't necessarily have to sing because you can always have the person lip syncing or whatever, but you have to have someone that has that charisma, something that, you know. I don't know. I honestly I can't think of anybody out there currently. I think that has enough to play it. They're gonna have to do a wide call for casting on this one, I think, to bring somebody in to play it. I think they're gonna have to find someone new. And honestly, I think they'd be better served by finding someone new that no one really knows to play this role.
That is true. This news first dropped for me on Instagram early in the week, and I was excited, but I was also scared at the same time. Like, oh Lord, you know, who's gonna play Michael Jackson? And when I was looking at all the comments, everybody was saying this one name, and I never heard of the guy before. I Googled him, I looked him up, and he looked the part. I was like, you know, immediately I said to myself, okay, I can see this person playing Michael Jackson. I never heard of them before. A young guy, just off of looks, you know, he looked like he can fulfill the role.
Pull him up. Let's see.
I'm trying to find a name, man, right now. Michael Jackson casting. I should have saved it.
Some people are saying Alton Mason.
Yes,
I've never heard it.
I'm sorry,
who it is?
cut you off. Go ahead.
Some people in the comments are saying Alton Mason. I don't know who that is. It's probably outside my demographic, but you know.
Yes. I'm trying to Alton.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have been more prepared. I'm gonna try to type it in. Alton. I think that's it.
I mean, whoever plays him needs to be a really great performer, have some some charismas. I don't know. Maybe Miley Cyrus.
No,
No.
not Miley Cyrus, and definitely not. I'm not feeling this guy at all right here that I'm looking at. I'm trying.
I mean, maybe as a young Michael Jackson, but when he starts to get to older, I think you have to. That's the thing with this character. I think you might have to switch actors. You might have to find actors that look similar but are different ages, because I feel like when you start to switch them, because like after Off the Wall, between Off the Wall and Thriller, there's a big difference in his look, and you're gonna have to make that transition, I think.
Man, I would rather Jason Weaver come back than this guy that I just showed y'all. Yeah, that's I'm not feeling that Mason guy at all. Man, I'm trying to type in Michael Jackson on Instagram, see if that article. Oh God, he looked the part so well, y'all. I'm so sorry that I'm not better prepared, man. But I was like, it was like, okay, I can dig in, and I looked him up, and he was from New York, and I was trying to find out where his parents was from, but you know, I just dang, I'm not gonna be able to find it, y'all. Oh, I'm trying to see, is anybody saying it in the?
Yes.
If I see the name Miles Davis, come on, Sam Jackson,
Rome Flynn. I don't know who that is either.
I'm trying to see if I see the name. I don't know it, but I don't think Jordan Fisher. Some of y'all saying what's his name? The John Boyega. No, don't. Yeah, John. No, not John David Washington.
This is The Weeknd.
Oh man. Well, I can't. Oh crap. Hold on. Let me. Dang, Larry. I don't want to.
You know, it'd be interesting if they had, because one of he might be too old now, but there was one of his nephews looked a lot like him from back in the day, and I can't remember which one, but I think they're all probably too old to play a younger Michael Jackson now. But that would be kind of cool if you had brought somebody in that actually is a Jackson, that has that Jackson look. That might be kind of cool. But I don't know if any of them can act. You know, I haven't seen any of them out there that are actually doing anything. So
yeah, I'm so disappointed in myself. Oh man, Miles Frost. Somebody saying Justin Timberlake.
he's too old.
Yeah, Michael Jackson casting.
JT's what, like 40 now?
Yeah, that would be a horrible idea. Man. Anyway, I can't find it. I'll talk about it midweek or it was good. It was good. But yeah, guys, what do y'all think about this right here with the Michael Jackson movie? I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward
man,
to it.
I don't know how I feel about this, man. I mean, maybe it's gonna be good. I mean, Antoine Fuqua doesn't make garbage, so
This is true.
you know, I'm sure it's gonna be a fine movie. It'll be entertaining, you know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
I am on my Instagram right now, just doing a few other little searches real quick to see if I can find.
I'll just say this. I know people are out there talking about, Larry, you need to do your research on Michael Jackson and what he was doing. And I mean, I've heard, and granted, I wasn't in the room, so I didn't see what was happening. But you know, you hear all these stories. You have these kids talking about Jesus juice and Michael Jackson getting them drunk on wine and taking advantage of them and all this other stuff. I know people out there, we as consumers of media, as Black folks, as just fans in general, we are way more lenient than what we should be when it comes to putting up with stuff from celebrities. And I think about R. Kelly. We literally had a video of this dude having sex with and peeing on like a 14-year-old girl. And it took another like 10, 15 years to get this dude locked up. So, yeah. And his music was still out there. People were still listening to it, bumping it. And people were saying, oh, he was not guilty. He was found not guilty. And I was like, yeah, I got that. But there was a videotape, you know, you can say he didn't do it, but he did it. There was a videotape. And so we are just way too lenient. I don't want to say too forgiving, because you should never be too forgiving. We should always be able to forgive. But there's certain people I just can't get down with anymore after.
Yeah, I don't listen to R. Kelly no more myself. But I'm still defending Michael. I don't think Michael did it. So that's just
see, that's the thing. I'm not convinced that he didn't.
Really?
I like his music, and he's great. If Michael Jackson came back from the grave and said, I'm doing 2 performances, I wouldn't be at either one, but I would watch it on pay-per-view.
Oh man.
I'm not going to that crazy show. I don't know what brought him back to life, but my point is, he's entertaining. You could be a monster and a piece of trash and also be entertaining.
True.
You know?
But my Michael Jackson, my hero, he ain't no monster, he ain't no piece of trash.
I don't know if he is or not. All I know is there seems to be a lot on it. There seems to be a lot out there, and
people always gonna hate you, you know.
There are, but to have that same thing happen repeatedly and have these, it's different when it comes to little kids, man. When it comes to little kids, people messing with little kids, I get it. Accusation of that can crush someone.
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, you know. Flex, I don't know. I don't think this is it. Somebody else is texting me. Flex. Alexander.
Somebody said MJ is innocent. There's a difference between being innocent and being found not guilty. There's a difference between those two.
He's innocent.
I'm not saying
he's innocent.
I don't know what he is. I don't know what he is.
Man, I'm disappointed. I can't find this. Oh God,
I'm questioning anybody who's getting little boys drunk and having sleepovers with them.
Of course. Who?
I'm sorry. I know a lot of people out there can ignore that and just say, I don't think he did anything. I'm not. I will never be convinced. I will never be convinced, because I don't see how in any position it's cool to get little boys drunk and have sleepovers and play with their booty holes. I don't get it.
That's common sense, bro. Like, come on. Like, of course not. That's rape. That's gross. Why? Yeah, we're not gonna get underage people drunk and molest, or no, that's the ultimate no. I still don't think Michael Jackson did it though. But
Somebody said,
dang,
what
y'all,
about Evan Ross, Dinah Ross's son? I think he's too old now. Isn't Evan Ross like 35, 40 something? I mean, I guess he could play an older Michael Jackson, but
man, I can't find it, y'all.
I feel like you need somebody to play that role that's like in their 20s, because I feel like you can get an actor maybe in like that's maybe like in their teens that looks young to play like the young Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5 and then move up to where he starts to roll. But I feel like once you get to like his solo albums, I feel like you need the same actor to play him all the way through to the end of the movie. And then you just have to age him up.
Already.
No.
Well, guys, that's gonna I don't think all the kids were lying, but some of those kids were coached. Y'all dropping some jewels, Larry. Those are accusations that he found innocent. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I understand. Just because he wasn't found innocent in a court of law, you were not found innocent. You were found not guilty. And so, yes, I am educated. My mother is an attorney. She's been a prosecutor and a defense attorney. And I do understand that you were never found innocent. You were found not guilty, which doesn't mean that you didn't do it. Which it means is that the jury or a judge, if you have a bench trial, finds that the evidence didn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it.
Are those your final words? Because
my final words are just enjoy the content that's out there. Have fun with it. Don't, you guys can listen to me, not listen to me. Enjoy the people that you want to enjoy. Have fun with it. Watch your movies, watch your TV shows, and have a good time. And yeah, there you go.
Right on. Thank you, Larry. And first super chat of the day from Dan C for $2.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside.
Thank you so much. Flex Michael Jackson. We don't need any more. Thank you so much, Dan C, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to thank you so much. That is the last topic today for the Movie News Roundup show, number 92. Again, I really do appreciate it. If you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure. Also, I will be having an audio-only version of this episode on the podcast channel, buzzsprout.com, on all of these platforms right here, as well as SoundCloud. But Larry, before we head out of here, my brother, I want to thank you so much for being here, man. I really do appreciate you popping through. Doing my first combo show with the guests in 2023. What you got going on your channel right now for all the good people out there?
Oh man, just trying to figure things out, man. As I said, I told you before when we talked privately, I'm trying to change some things up on my channel this year. I'm not quite sure what the direction is. As you can see, I haven't really posted a whole lot this year. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm going to try and figure out. I'm still going to do some tech stuff, but I'm just trying to figure out what it's going to look like, what my channel is going to look like, and how it's going to be. I need to make some changes so I can get my growth in, because I'm not, YouTube is sort of just, YouTube bent me over and Michael Jackson me. So, I let me quit if I get people in their feelings. So I'm just trying to figure it out right now. So we'll see what happens.
I feel you, man. And there you go, guys. Let's help this gentleman get to 60K subs. He's right here on the first row on my channel tab, and myself as well. I'm doing some updates on things too. But if this is your first time here, please subscribe and help your boy out. I'm trying to get to 50K. I got to get to 45K first. But check me out right there. And just to be more specific, I got my top 10 most anticipated of 2023. I talked to the cast of House Party. Did recount Retaro, the original House Party. Reviewed the new one, which wasn't great.
That's saying it mildly.
Yeah,
I saw your review.
Yeah, but playing was pretty good. It was pretty good. But guys, we got this Cowboy game from the pop off, and I'm gonna tune into that. But guys, before you go, don't forget that my name is B. Avery. That's Larry, and that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.